Then he said, don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems, wish for more skills.
I can't catch a break, guys.
Yeah.
Get them the fuck away from me. I can't be around those guys.
People think, oh, well, cleaning your room, that's just a cliche. It's like, yeah, really, eh? Just go ahead and try it.
If people had any idea how powerful sleep is for healing from anything, and the fact that it's free.
My mind is absolutely bulletproof, solid as a rock.
Podcast. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Fighting Fit Show. Today I'm joined by Niall and Chris, and the topic of today's chat is going to be working in versus working out. So the idea for today's podcast was by the main man himself, Niall Valentino. So Niall, do you want to give us a little overview of what you were thinking?
I was just, obviously you gave me the task of coming up with the topic, so I was just trying to think of something that the clients and the people in the interweb would like to hear about, because I feel like a lot of people focus most of their attention on working out, and then the working in falls to the wayside, and I feel like a lot of the major benefits come from the working in.
Boom. Very, very true again, and this is literally the exact reason why myself and Jen and Chris, Brandon, and even yourself, we decided to invest in Pilates and yoga, and kind of even from a personal perspective, kind of learn about meditation and just really trying to balance out this kind of, because obviously the Fight Fit program is all kind of high intensity, heavy weights, boxing, rah, and really just important that we also teach people how to balance that out, and making sure, obviously, listen, you can push yourself in the gym all day, but if you're not recovering effectively, it's never going to be optimal. Chris?
I think it's good to stress yourself and then know how to de-stress. Those people in Western society especially, they don't know how to unwind. Like if I asked some random on the street, like, how do you relax? They'd be like, oh, I play PlayStation, watch TV.
Have a glass of wine.
Yeah, something like that there, which puts more stress on the body. They don't know how to switch off. They
don't know how to breathe, man.
Yeah. You have two nervous systems: your parasympathetic nervous system and your sympathetic nervous system. And the parasympathetic nervous system helps you slow down and relax and just keep everything nice and soft. And usually people are in the sympathetic nervous system, which is like really, fight or flight. They're ready to go all the time. And when you do that, you're using resources. And when you're not in rest and digest, or you're rest mode, it's like you're not recovering. You need to be in the rest mode to build and recover. If you're in fight or flight, you're using resources, not building them.
Cool. So what do you think is like the most practical things people can take to because obviously yin is the high energy one, yeah?
That's yang.
Yang. Oh, so yang is the high energy one. Yin is the chill one.
I think yang.
Well, even on that, it's the yin yoga is literally my favorite style of yoga. It's just literally where you do one pose, you just lie there, breathe, relax, you chill.
It's so hard though. If you can get a difficult pose in yin, like it sounds like it's really relaxing, and it should be really relaxing. But there's a bound angle pose where you put your feet together and your knees fall out, and you do it with the infinity pose where your arms are overhead. You do that, but if you have tight hips, you just feel like the tendons and the ligaments just stretching, and the muscles as well. Sometimes you feel it pinging. But
at the same time, from what I remember from my yoga teacher, and it was even in them scenarios, it's not supposed to be painful. What they would do in that scenario is they would prop your legs up with pillows and blocks and get you into a really comfortable position so that you could. It is comfortable in some sense.
So that when I was doing my yoga course at the same place, I had that thing, because you were talking to me about it, and I had that same sort of thing. I thought yin was supposed to be completely relaxing, and Bashakti was saying it was, but then we did a yin yoga session with Lek, and it was the exact opposite of relaxing.
Yeah, true.
So, but in saying that, my hips felt really, really loose after it. But I wouldn't say it was yin.
Okay.
So I think yin is more relaxing and all that sort of crack as well.
Yeah, it's more like restorative yoga kind of stuff. Yeah, and again, just a quick one on that. Anyone listening who is interested in yoga, who would like to give it a go, we do have yoga on in Fight and Fit 2 evenings per week, Monday and Thursday, 8:15 to 9:15, 60-minute sessions. And any Fight and Fit members that want to give it a go, but they haven't tried it out already, just send me a message, and I would be more than happy to give you a free pass. Just because I really feel like it's something that it's really hard to
convey.
It's really hard to convey the benefits of until you've actually felt it. Until you've felt.
It's not something you can think of.
Because I say to yoga people, "Oh, is that going to help me lose weight?" Probably not. I'm not doing it then. It's like, oh fuck's sake. You know what I mean? But in theory, like if you think of the bigger picture, it actually probably would help you lose weight.
Yeah, it'll give you more energy. Like the cool thing with yoga is that like I've been reading the BKSI Anchor's Light on Yoga, and one of the things it says in it is that you're supposed to, when you stretch, it's like you release the tension, but when the tension is released, energy will flow better and more efficiently, and it's not like chugging through. I know it's a metaphor, but when you do it, that experientially, that's what you feel. So, you do feel like freer, you do feel like you have more energy, and you're less like held back by tension. Yeah,
I even never played on the yoga on Thursday. Like it's like you just can't never get like as good a meditation after yoga.
Oh yeah, it's something
serious.
It's
really special. It's like just that's like it's kind of like that feeling like you get like when you just don't want to get out of bed. You're just like in that kind of half conscious, unconscious space.
You don't have anything to do. You don't have to get out of bed. And there's no pressure.
And when else do you give yourself that time?
Especially if you're a parent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nobody gives themselves that time. And then also it's like, a lot of people. I know I need yoga, just because, like, otherwise you're banjaxing yourself. You know what I mean? Because you're not, like just high
stress on stress.
Exactly, but a higher likelihood of injury because of low mobility and bad posture and all this kind of stuff. Like so many people need it, but what all they want to do is lift big weights and run and jump and.
Well, in the Supple Leopard, I don't know if he actually says this. I haven't read through the Supple Leopard yet. I've flicked through it and I've looked up a lot of your man Kelly Starrett. I've looked up a lot of his stuff on YouTube, and one of the things that he says all the time is that people need a movement practice. They need, like, yoga is a movement practice, Pilates is a movement practice, I think like gymnastics and stuff like that there would be a movement practice, Tai Chi, dancing, yeah. So like dancers are like among the best athletes. Who is it? What's his name? Eddie Bravo, the jiu-jitsu guy on Joe Rogan. He was saying it was like, who's the best natural people to go into jiu-jitsu and all stuff. He's like, break dancers, no problem.
Oh, break dancers.
Yeah, they're so strong, they're so mobile, and they're so in their bodies.
The core of a beast.
Yeah, but and upper body strength, lower body strength, doesn't matter. Like they just have everything, and they know how to move and use their bodies. And breakdancing is just supposed to be brilliant for that.
I know. I feel like I'm just such a bad dancer.
Yeah, it's
Channing Tatum anyway.
Well, it's probably because like you're not like you're probably in your head a lot. You're stressed. You have a lot of stuff to think about and all sort of crack. And like
that's what it is. I'm too in my head and I just can't.
You can't get out of your head
unless I'm drinking.
Unless you're drunk. Yeah.
But again, and that's
for lads, it's mostly just upper body.
Yeah.
No, it just.
Did you ever see Hitch, like the dance advice that Will Smith gives on Hitch? It's like your hands, they have to stay below your chest and above your hips. It's like they don't come out, they stay right beside your body. You take 2 steps, so step forward, step back, that's it, and just side to side. That's it with the hands. You can do a little bit of this. That's it. But the hands,
it's safe.
Any of this cry, it's like no. That's red flags.
That depends.
If you can do the warm-up, you'll get away with it.
Saying about the work-in, how it's not how yoga or anything won't help you lose weight. If nothing else, I feel like it'll definitely help you get your NEAT up. Because if it's not technically, if people don't want to class it as an exercise, it's still burning 3 times as much calories as it would usually burn in an hour.
Well, here's something that I think might be a little bit out there. But let's say, if you're really tight, you're kyphotic, you're lordotic, moving doesn't feel too good. And you don't know that it doesn't really feel too good because
people feel
you're
like
always like this,
yeah,
and you're like, oh, you move, you're like, oh, like you'll unconsciously not move more because it's uncomfortable to move. But after you do yoga, like,
but you limit the space through which you move in life. I was thinking when I was in yoga, I was like, I never spend time out here.
Yeah,
in that range of motion. My arm is never in this space. But so many people can do this so freely and openly and easy, but it's just because you're restricted because you just never spend time in that plane of movement.
There's a cool, I forget the name of it, but there's a cool thing, and because I've been doing yoga, I've been looking into it a little bit more. But in your physiology, like your posture and all that stuff, has a direct effect on your mood. Like if you sit like this here, you will feel like someone who is sitting like this here. And if I was to ask you how I feel right now, or how you could project how I feel right now, it'd be trying to make myself small. Yeah, unconfident, lacking energy. Sitting like this here, I've got energy, expansive. You'd be able to intuit how I feel. And with the postures in yoga, you know, like they're called these different things for different reasons. You know, like Warrior 2 is like you're a warrior. I know it sounds a little bit cheesy and all that sort of crap, but it's like that's what you're doing. And when you're in the position, like you do sort of go into that straightforward, like looking down mindset, which is kind of weird. I don't know how
it's cool though.
it is though.
If you take it on, you embody it. You know what I mean? Be a warrior.
Yeah, exactly. But
like I don't know how they remember, because I don't know what it was in ours. Like, I don't remember who it was. Me and Jim were doing, like, especially with the tree pose.
You're a tree in the wind.
Yeah, it's a tree. Yeah.
Root your feet into the ground.
Yeah, but it's cool. I thought it was really cool.
It's good. It makes you feel that wacky inflatable arm, man.
Yeah. What were we getting onto there?
No idea.
Posture.
Well, you were saying about posture
being true. Yeah, I was going off you saying like you're never this range of motion, and you need a movement practice. And the reason you need like how to become a supple leopard teaches you is how to move properly. Like, and it teaches you the different positions and all that.
All about the archetypes.
Yeah, and it teaches you how to push, how to pull in chest, front, back. Push, pull, overhead, back, how to lunge, how to squat, how to deadlift properly, and all that sort of stuff. But movement practice, like seeing yoga, you do all those things anyway. And not only that, but you do them and you're working them to get them better, and you do them in a stressful position. Like, you can hold Warrior 2, do you get me? No problem, because you hold Warrior 2 with 2 dumbbells in your hands. Do you get me? That would be a different sort of story. Now, I'm not asking anyone to do that, but it's like the whole thing is like you want to be able to hold those positions under load.
Would I be right in saying that a good definition of mobility is your strength in the end range of motion?
Yeah, that's exactly. So flexibility is passive, mobility is active. So like I can pull my fingers back this much, but I can do that way further. Yeah. Sorry for the crack in the finger. But like that's flexible or that's mobility. Like if I can pull as hard as I can, here's starting to cramp. That's for it. But if I go here, passive, no problem. Yeah. Okay. So like the main thing is that like mobility is being able to move in the end ranges. Yeah. So that's 100%.
And that's kind of what I mean. Like, you know, like I never spend time here. Like, you know, nobody spends time in that end range because more than likely it's just really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And you're weak there.
I've done your
nervous system panics.
Speaking of this one here, what I've done the last couple of days, the stretch when you're lying on the floor and you have one arm out and the other arm towards the ceiling.
What is that called, Chris?
Everybody
thread the needle or something. It's yoga pose. You lie down and you turn.
No, they're taking a different way. You're on your shoulder and you reach up and then reach through. But I was on there where he lays literally face down on the ground, palm on the ground.
It's just a really good shoulder and chest stretch.
I have no idea what it's called. I just do it sometimes. See if we do it on there or bench
upper body day. Like even though obviously my face is on the ground because or if I'm looking at my fingers, I can't see everybody else, but I can just hear the groans. Yeah. So people are just not mobile.
I'd assume that's a lot because of this pronated posture with laptops.
Exactly.
Well, look, all you're trying to do, like all the things that I'm trying to do anyway at the end of class with my stretches, I'm trying to make the stretches work with the class. So if it's a full body one, I'll go through it. I'll do like a wee full body flow. If it's an upper body one, I'll focus on the upper body and the muscles that have been used, usually triceps, chest, and shoulders. And then if it's a lower body, you focus on the legs. But the main thing that you're trying to counteract is the seated posture.
Yeah, I try to focus on. I try to hit the hips in every stretch.
Well, what I look for is hip extension and a T-spine extension and opening up the shoulders. This like you need, like loads of people they're stuck like this here, and there's so many injuries, especially with boxing and with shoulder press, and like your body's like one whole thing. And if you're tight in the hips, like that'll affect your overhead press. It'll make your shoulders come forward to balance. I'd need diagrams and all that. I should probably do a wee presentation on it.
That could be cool. Yeah, we'll just find out. All I can find for name that pose is a shoulder opener pose.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's just a good stretch. It's not named after any animal or anything.
Pec stretch. Just Google pec stretch. I think you'll get
it. It says
more directly in here. Well, right in the insertion of your shoulder.
But yeah, the one I'm thinking of. See if you do that one there, your arm straight out with the stretch of shoulder. You bend 90 degrees, raise up, have your elbow on your ear, then you go deep into the pec.
Yeah. And just on that, the thing with mobility as well. I think like one of the things that is hard for people as well is like obviously listen, you can't do it all. And people, I feel like the biggest problem I think for us as coaches, I feel like if we kind of really focused in on helping people lose weight and feel good about their bodies, I feel like then to be more receptive in terms of kind of advancing past that. They can't see. Obviously, everyone has a different time of the day, and they can't see past the weight loss. They're
Yeah.
like, listen, what's like, yeah, cool.
But maybe they need to focus. Like sometimes they shouldn't go past it. They should just focus on the weight loss.
Yeah.
Sometimes because that's causing them more stress than anything else, and they need to
exactly
lose that.
Yeah.
And it's
So
like
I know I don't have to, because that was my kind of thing for long. It's like, listen, if it's not going to help me lose weight, I'm not interested in it. It's like when I get the weight off, listen, then I'm interested in doing all these other things. But until then, you know what I mean.
yeah, but
we're
sure, even
focusing
after
on
you
one.
sure like there's people whose belly's getting the
But
weight.
then at the same time, then you're just compounding problems on top of problems. It's just,
Comes down to sharpening the
Look,
saw,
no,
really.
like if you're incredibly overweight, the first thing, like, you need to move, but you don't need to do anything high impact. Like, you literally can't, like, it would be bad for you to do high impact.
Walking and calorie deficit will make you lose most of the weight you lose.
on that, literally, walking is the most underrated of all exercises.
I don't think I've ever. If you go for a walk, like, with no purpose, it's one of the most relaxing things ever. If you rush it, maybe, but it's like it just brings you into the present. You just just walk and just see if you can notice what you don't notice. Did I mention the trees in the last podcast?
I'm not sure, you said you used to do walking the walk and something.
So like just maybe I was thinking of it on another
No, I
walk
think
to
you
work.
did.
Was where
I touched on it as well then.
they were like when you're going to go for a walk and then just see how many different types of tree or plant or bush or flower you notice on the way, and you'll come up with probably like 70 or 80, like a mad amount. Like you're like, oh, there's one, and then you can do the same with birds, you can do the same with cars, you can do the same with sounds. You can do, like, just start noticing different things. Like when you're in your head, you're focusing on thoughts. When you are seeing different things, when you're just trying to notice, you're present. Like if you want to get out of your head and into the present, start noticing things, notice sensations, or notice what's happening. That's it. Like pay attention. That's it.
Just play a game of I Spy
Yeah,
with the
with
world.
yourself.
Yeah.
Maybe you can do that if you want, or a Zitch dog or anything like that. There, like if
Love
you're
Zitch
in a
dog.
car, if you're in a car for a long time and you're driving through a town, it's like everyone knows you're playing Zitch dog. Everyone switches on instantly because if there's a punch coming.
Everyone's
Yeah.
paying attention.
Yellow Red, remember Yellow
Great
Red?
game.
Any other punch happened to we list over there, Nello?
On working in or
Yeah,
working out?
well, either. Well, yeah, but obviously you're walking just in general, just because it's so low impact. It's such good for your mental health. It's a good way to get your steps up, obviously. You know,
That's what.
I like the spiritual benefits of walking more so than anything. Just the awareness of everything.
Yeah.
Just being at one.
I love that you can, but at the same time that you can stack it, or you can habit stack, and listen to a nice
Exactly,
podcast,
yeah.
or listen to your favorite music, or
Yeah, that's what I like. I like doing, but then you find it hard to be present. Like sometimes if you go for a walk, you listen to your headphones or whatever it is, and then you're just like, oh, fuck, you just take them off, and you're just like. But sometimes you're like, I could be like, it depends on your mood.
sometimes I just couldn't go for a walk without my headphones.
Yeah. You're just bored, and sometimes like
It depends what the scenery is really. If you're going for a walk through a lot of building, like a lot of housing estates, it's not much to see. But if you
It
make
depends how much you want to look.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
true.
If you look closely enough, there's always something interesting. There's always some beauty in the world.
that's what I love. That's what I love about Black Rock. You can there's always the option to just walk to the beach,
Yeah.
just have a look.
Yeah. Oh, I remember I used to slag you. I remember Joe with Niall's Snapchat. He used to just randomly in the middle of the night, he'd just be sitting out
On the beach wall.
on the beach, or like
2 a.m.
But just before the deal, I was like, oh, what a fruit.
It was warm because it was summer and it was peaceful. And I loved it.
Yeah.
So I am all for it.
Look at it, he's blushing. He's like, I don't have emotions.
My name is Insecurities. There you go.
We sneak at your notes. So we got working out. We got things like weight management, muscle and bone strengthening, energy levels, reduced risk of disease, brain function, better sleep quality. We got yoga, Pilates, spiritual health, mind body connection, reduce inflammation. Even like in terms of inflammation, it's about like just doing less. It's like people really need to just be very aware of the fact that maybe you're not. I don't want to say healthy enough. But maybe your body just isn't up to high intensity exercise. You know what I mean? Unless you're prioritizing sleep, low impact stuff, stretching, mobility, all this kind of stuff.
Realistically, if you're doing, say, a 5-minute session, for example, and you don't implement any working in strategies, you're basically just going high stress, no relaxing, and then high stress again. So then you just triple high stress.
You got people doing fucking trying
And
to do
then they're not hitting
five.
their protein. They're not doing anything like
It's
that.
like,
they're not
all right,
recovering.
I love the workouts, but they're probably going to slowly kill you if you don't do the stuff behind it.
Yeah.
But it's like sometimes you just need to. Some people need the kickstart, and sometimes like what I find as well.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like sometimes you just got to get people out of that place of pain, help them lose that stone or that 2 stone or whatever, so they feel a little bit happy about themselves, and then they can start working on these other aspects. It's that whole thing. It's like when you kind of talk about like spiritual development and all this kind of stuff with poor, like say poor people, not because we're fucking rich.
No, let's
but
go
obviously-
Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I think that's where you're going.
No, but it's more. It's this kind of concept of like of happiness, like this thing. What do they say? Like after we think of like they say like $70,000 a year. No more money will make you happy.
Yeah.
But for some people, it's like they've got such a scarcity mindset because they're just genuinely worried about paying their next bills and all this stuff, you know. So it's like they just can never come out of that place of scarcity in their own minds where they can even consider mindfulness or even consider prayer or consider yoga or anything, any of this kind of stuff, you know.
Sure. What is it?
And I could put it in like a metaphorically. You know, people. It's the same for people when they're trapped in their bodies and they're overweight and they don't like themselves and their energy's shit and they're, everyone's just not going
That's
their way.
hard.
It's just hard, yeah. But it's but
it is
there's
hard.
nothing. But life is hard. But then there's nothing worse than life is hard because of you.
Yeah.
You know, it's your fault. Life's hard because of you because you made a lot of bad decisions. You know.
Having said that, you said about being overweight kind of shoots your confidence and all that. I was literally walking in here last night to the boxing class, and there was someone doing the Kickstarter outside who's down like I think he's down like a stone already. Yeah. And I literally just looking at him and I heard like one sentence he said and I was like, you sound like a completely different person since 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Just when and he was the person, I won't say his name, but he was standing outside and he was motivating 2 other people. And I was
Can I
just
get a
like,
wink of who this is or something?
I'll give him a Kieran Malloy.
It was Kieran Malloy, sorry.
Okay.
Big time, honestly, but seriously, like fucking.
Yeah, I
legend.
remember. I remember.
No, like, I think that's not to say like in them before and after. It's just like fucking. It's like
Well,
you're
here's-
glowing. You know,
yeah.
you can
Here's
see
what
it.
I heard him say
here's
it.
what I
You're
think it
buzzing.
is. Here's
I've
like-
seen him literally in the last couple of days. Just the fucking energy levels. Everything, like everything's better. All because losing a bit of weight, feeling good.
No, here's
being in shape will never, or eating food will never be as good as being in shape.
it depends.
no, you think that. You think that in the
yeah.
moment, but no.
But like the food is easier.
Yeah.
It's definitely easier.
Some of the best moments of my life is just looking in the mirror and just fucking.
But one of the
fucking
things as well that people do need to see results. If like you're not seeing results, but it's like it's an uphill battle, especially if you've never lost weight. Like it's easy for us to say because like we've gained weight, lost weight, gained weight. Like we can do it whenever we want. You get me? And it's like if you've never lost weight. Like, here's the frame. You can see it throughout the way they're talking all each other. They don't have faith in the process. They don't understand that it actually works. So it's like all this effort and all this energy. Is it really going to work? Is it worth it?
I feel like on some level that's our job. Our job is to transfer that level of certainty to them, to let them know that if you do this, it will work. That's what we're trying to do with our results guarantee and all this kind of stuff. So if you tick these boxes,
I feel like that should be the next slogan. If you do this, it will work.
That's what is kind of sad. I remember I said that nothing feels better than being in shape, but like someone that's never ever been in shape, they only know the good feeling of food.
Yeah.
So it's like if they want to be happy, then they know they're one place to go to, but it's the one place that's keeping them from really being happy.
Yeah.
And that might seem harsh, but it's like
It's sad,
I've
very
been there.
sad.
It's like I've personally experienced it. You have. It's like really. It's like it's fucking. It's a world away. It's a different life. You're literally
It's 3 months
person.
away for most people.
Yeah.
Most people, maybe 6 months.
Less.
Depending on the person, it's between a month and a year away from a new life.
But on top of that as well, it's like there's also the little things saying like the little psychology thing. It's like they know what they should be doing.
Yeah.
And it's like they have
I
the
can't
thing
be
of their
that person,
ideal
though.
of who they should be, and then they're acting against it, and then it's like I feel guilty the whole time. And it's like, oh, I will, and they have the constant There's
It's an identity crisis.
There's a case to be made that some people are like addicted to negative emotion. That's why they're on the whole. They're on the whole loop over and over again. It's like they give the story and all sort of crack, and then it's like, oh no, I'm going to change. They go to change, and then there's this little like martyr. It's like, oh no, I had to do this, and blah blah blah, and then they sacrifice all their own goals for something else, or maybe it's a course, or maybe it's their job, or maybe it's whatever it is. But it's like they're not putting themselves first, and they just start.
Because but at the same
but
time,
it's noble.
Exactly, it's noble, and they're a martyr, and they do it only for their kids, or they do it only for their career, or they do it only for. You know what I mean? But it's that whole thing. It's like everybody says it, but nobody listens. You know, it's like you gotta fill your own cup first. You gotta look after number one.
Brandon said this to me the other day. I think he said that Jordan Peterson said it. He said, "Sort yourself out first, and you have no idea how many other people you can sort out after that."
Yeah.
Or even second than that, it's like don't try and sort out other people until you sort yourself out first. What is that when he says? Another good one along the lines of that. It's like stop trying to
clean your own room before you try and change massive global political and economical problems. It's like, oh, we're going to take down Wall Street. It's like check all the rooms. They're all probably messes. And it's like if I say clean your room, it'd be really difficult. Yeah. They're like even organising your room. Like I find it's hard to even organise my room. Like when you move out as
it's a constant battle. It's a constant battle to keep my fucking house clean.
You just have to look at the 7 habits again. It's just urgent but not important. So you're not going to do it.
Yeah, nobody's like you clean it, but I think it's a good metaphor for
it's important
so many
but not urgent.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry. The other way around.
Until you have no more washing, and then
until it's washing,
or until your friends are coming around, or until you get shit done.
I've had I'm shit with my car. Like when I had to give Jen a lift the other day, I had to throw all the shit from the back seat into the boot. It's still there.
But it's like you can't there's he says that basically because there's way the problems are really complicated, like really complicated, and there's something like your room is a lot simpler than that, and that's still pretty complicated. Like to clean your room, to get me the one big problem for me anyway is like sorting out all my clothes and having them all in my drawer, and then having my washing sorted so that their turnover is like nice and smooth, because I'm super lazy and I never do my washing. I leave it till it piles up and then I have a big job of doing it. But it's like you have to understand what clothes you're wearing to do that. You have to understand how often you need them and how often you need to clean them and have them ready for you, and how much. Like for me, I have like about 5 fine fit t-shirts, about 3 fine fit jumpers, and like an infinite amount of tracksuit bottoms. And
it's like prioritizing work clothes. Really.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like,
but only because you need them and they have to be ready.
Exactly. Well, I've literally
it's that urgent versus important.
This is kind of embarrassing, but I've literally went and bought underwear because I hadn't had any clean. I didn't have time and I knew I was running out. I couldn't do my washing.
But to be fair, just to give Chris some leeway there, is because you didn't have a washing machine.
Yeah, I didn't have a washing machine. Yeah, true. I'll tell you. I forgot that.
Do you have one now? Yes, I have one now. I have one now.
I had to wait for my mum to come.
Exactly. My mummy.
I'm not embarrassed by that.
So just kind of the whole concept, just kind of bring it all back around. But doing working in, working out, it's just so important that we find that balance between the yin and the yang, the light and the dark. You know, and that when you're doing one thing, you got to make sure that you're ticking the box on the other end of things too. Like if you're doing high intensity training, you got to make sure you're nourishing your body. You got to make sure you're hydrating. You got to make sure your sleep is decent. You know, so many people are bloody like even me. I think my average sleep, I checked my Fitbit the last week, was about 6 hours, which obviously I always shoot for 7 or 8. But you just gotta make sure.
Here's something.
Or if you can't, it's like don't feel like it's unproductive to just go for a 30-minute walk.
Yeah.
Everybody, even with the Fine Fit program, I feel like everybody puts all the value
in the workouts.
But it's like
the workouts are technically free compared to everything else you get.
Yeah, this is it. It's like put the value in the coaching, and it's like me looking at you and analysing your lifestyle, by understanding a couple different features, and just saying, no, it's probably best for you to go for a walk today.
Yeah.
Is way more to you than that 30-minute workout. Well, it should not even. It should be that professional advice. Like the doctor said to you, you know what I mean, blah blah blah. Like you just take it with more importance, or you get what I'm saying. It's like it's like we work with people like personally. We understand your circumstances and what your goals and what your fate. It's like, you know, we're trying to give you good advice. It's not because we don't want you to go to the workouts. It's because we generally feel it's probably better for you to just go for a walk.
Yeah.
You know, you will get better results. It's really
not that
better
we don't want you here.
Yeah.
We're all friends.
Yeah, or if like somebody's injured and like you're trying to like, you know, listen, probably best you stay home for a couple weeks.
There's nothing worse than an injured person coming in to do the session.
No. There's not nothing worse. It's just slightly frustrating. Like let's say you're doing a class. Okay, you're leading it. You have the iPad. You're getting everyone signing all the jazz. Maybe you're a minute late or whatever, and then boom. All right, guys, let's get started. And then someone runs in late, and you're doing upper body, and they have a torn rotator cuff, and you're like their shoulders done, and then all of a sudden it's like and there's only one space left, and all the bags are full, and they can't box anyway, and everyone's on the benches, and everyone's all laid out, and then it's like, oh, and they're like, oh, what will I do today? And they're like, oh, I'll just come up with an entirely new workout in 30 seconds while I'm trying to organise everyone else. And it's like, your shoulders. You can't
Either let
do
me know in
anything.
advance so I can change your program, or don't come here.
Or listen,
No,
or go
no,
for
no.
a walk,
But
or
wait.
stretch.
But no, it's like if you're going to be injured and show up, because sometimes you do say no, it's only a little injury.
Yeah, of course, you can
we
obviously
work around
anything
it.
can be
But it's like,
substituted,
show
but
up
let us know in
early.
advance.
Please show up
Yeah.
early, and please let us know that you're here so we can make some.
But the beauty of it is, like,
because I
why-
know there's some warriors here who do, when they do show up, they do have an injury and they make it work. Like
Yeah,
there's
of course,
fair
yeah.
few people who they can't punch in the bags or anything like that there, and like when it gets to that thing, they're like, oh, what will I do instead? And it's like some of them you don't even have to say it to them; they already have a plan.
Yeah.
They already know
like
what they're doing.
like Grace, whatever, she couldn't hit the bags there for like 2 months or
then she
something.
runs up to the assault bikes upstairs and it's
Or
like just
grabs a
smash it.
medicine ball and goes in the corner, you know,
Yeah.
doing with the initiative.
But what I'm trying to say is, it's like if you've got a torn rotator cuff or whatever injury, it's like, you know what I mean, if you give us enough notice, like we will go and get you a mobility program that you could
whole
do.
new program on your app.
You know what I mean? That you could do your mobility program, do a little bit, and that. But it's like that. But it's like
Or-
people don't put the value in that because it's only a piece of paper and they have to do it on their own. And but it's like
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what's
yeah.
going to get you where you need to go. You need to take care of your body.
Here's one better. Go see a physio. Okay, go see a physical therapist. Get the exercises prescribed to you.
20%
Give
discount.
them to us. We have 20% discount.
Live
Live physio.
Paul, find the
Oh,
numbers.
happy days. I was actually asked about that the other day and I couldn't answer it. I was like, oh, I don't really have one, but I did recommend lead physio, which is cool. But if you do have an injury, go to your physio, lead physio, and get the exercise prescribed to you. And then the exercise that you can't do, replace them with a prescribed exercise. It's like
People, and I always say, like when I kind of say these things, like I'm not saying like to be a dick or to give it to anybody, make anyone feel shit. I do it because I know that's what I'm like.
Yeah.
And I know what you're like too. Like so when I,
I
say
see
to
me in you.
I see me in you, and I know what you're like.
You
and I know
see
what
that to me
I'm like.
whenever I'm in trouble.
Yeah,
projecting, see.
yeah, exactly. But it's like I know you're not going to do the bloody physio exercises. Like they're saying, there's like 10% of clients actually do what the physio tells them to do.
Yeah,
so it's like that's what I'm saying.
Unless
So-
it's really important, like if
Yeah.
you're a GA player or something like that there and your ankle's done, it's like and
But
you
these
can't wait
peop-
to get back on the pitch.
But
That's
listen,
the
these
type
are
of person-
these are highly motivated
Yeah,
athletes, and
yeah.
that's the 10% that
Yeah.
do it. You get what I'm saying? Because what I'm saying, like even come into the studio, get yourself a wee mat over in the corner, and you know bring your little sheet. And if it just means if you need that accountability to get it done, coming
Come in
in
and
and
do
doing
it.
that little light workout over in the corner is better, because if you're looking to bloody lose weight, your work's done in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Sharpen your saw.
No, but your work's out in the kitchen. I think that's important. I did a post there the other day on portions and stuff like that. There, and it's you need to understand that if your goal is to lose weight, this is the best bit of advice for anyone trying to lose weight. If your goal is to lose weight, okay, and you're currently trying to lose weight, but you're not losing weight, you're just staying the same. What you're doing is not working, and you need to take out a meal, or you need to shrink your meals, lower your
Or move
portions.
more.
Even at that, let's say you can't move more, all that correct. Just you need to create a deficit. If it's not working for you right now, what you're doing is wrong.
Yeah.
So you need to change it. You need to shrink the portions. You need to eat less calories. Once you do that, and you can do that consistently, and you might have to accept being a little bit hungry sometimes. That's how you do it.
What's the definition? Sorry.
That's what a deficit is. The definition of a deficit is you have to take on slightly less than you need to burn fat.
Well, it's not slightly less than you because you already have it. You have it
Exactly,
right
that's
there.
in your body still has like fat. People forget fat is fuel.
Yeah.
Like why do people don't see why people feel like somehow it's unhealthy for your body to actually burn the body fat it has stored for these exact times.
Situation.
Controversial, but you know, people like in like slave labor and all that sort of stuff, how do they not die? Because they're slowly burning off their fat.
Like it's like even lean people, I have like over 10 like
The average person. Well, I heard it because I was listening to James Smith, and I think it's 83,000 calories.
83,000 calories stored in fat on
That's
your
the
body.
average person. Yeah.
That's like 3 weeks, 2 weeks.
Yeah. That's what people can go without food. People have lived without food. Like how long do Bobby Sands go without food?
I don't know.
The hunger strikers like 60,
44 days or
63,
something.
63 days or something. I think.
There's if anyone's interested, just look up fasting. Look up what was the longest recorded fast, and I think it was like some guy who was like 300 and something pounds, and he went, I think it was like a year and a half without eating anything.
Yeah, Bobby Sands went 66 days without food.
Having said that, we don't advertise long.
Yeah, we're not promoting it, but I'm just saying it's like
it's possible.
So like it's only having three or people say they're hungry, like say even like on say if they're doing the Kickstarter program is breakfast, lunch, dinner. You know what I'm saying? Like these are decent meals. Like veggies are unlimited. You're getting a nice big portion of protein. You can even have a couple of slices of bread.
Yeah.
You know, with your carb source. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. A 200 calorie snack on average, and then you're talking 2 protein shakes. and you're still hungry. I think hungry is disrespectful to people who are actually hungry.
Hungry people who say they're hungry to us means either you didn't actually hit your protein, you're not eating your unlimited veggies,
you're not drinking water.
You're not drinking water,
or you're just working through some cravings and some emotional attachments to food that you have and triggers.
Here's something kind of interesting. Hunger only lasts 15 minutes.
I said that in a video the other day.
Yeah,
twins.
Hunger literally lasts 15 minutes. Ghrelin's elevated, and once ghrelin goes down, you're grand. Seriously,
ghrelin makes you growling.
Yeah.
Hungry.
For real, just think of ghrelin, gremlin. That's the thing. Like if you try it, like wait till you're absolutely starving. I notice I do get hungry. I get absolutely hungry, but then I go like distract myself 15 minutes, do something, and it's like a deep.
Have a large glass of water,
and it's gone. It's gone. It's like, why was I being such an idiot? 15 minutes. You don't have to eat anything in that. It's like, it's not like, oh, quick, get me something to eat. Just 15 minutes, hunger goes away.
Very true, guys. Very, very true. Yeah, guys. Anything to add to that before we wrap it up?
We're wrapping up already.
Yeah, got it. Because we started very, very late. I know we all got to go vote.
We went loads of time.
Irish general election today. For any international listeners.
Yes, yeah, and anything the listeners who am I going to vote for? It's a secret.
Secret. That's my own personal opinion.
I'm going for Rory. I know Rory. Well. He's done great work for a Clanny fan. He's a good man.
Yeah, he's a legend.
I know him personally. And he jumped in. He was going to jump in for us many times in short occasion. Remember with the white collar boxing. He's going to jump in. We were mad.
What a legend! No, here's why I'm voting for Rory. I'm voting for Rory because I tried choking him out a few times. He does jiu-jitsu and stuff like that there, and I literally couldn't do it. His neck is like he literally had like Joe.
He's got a strong neck.
Couldn't do it. Literally couldn't do it. Guillotine. Like doesn't matter. You can't throw. You just won't tap from chokes.
Yeah.
His campaign video has him boxing with his fucking son.
Yeah, he's a legend.
He's one of his Clanny top.
He's a legend.
So get my vote anyway. Guys, listen, well, that's just kind of a brief chat on working in and working out, the yin and the yang. Just really the kind of core message from this podcast is just make sure you find that balance between the high intensity stuff and then the kind of the working in and the working out. You know, you can't always be working out. Sometimes it's better to go for a walk. Sometimes it's better to lie in and have that extra hour in bed. Sometimes just drink the water, do the yoga, breathe, relax, de-stress. Don't be compounding stress on top of stress on top of stress. All the work is done in the kitchen. Some people just feel like they're only productive when they're working hard, but it's not true. The best thing to do generally might be to take a day off. It popped in my mind as I was saying that, we did have a lady before, genuinely, the only change we made to her program was we told her to skip her morning workouts and stay in bed, and her results improved like 25-30%, like drastically improved the results just because she slept for an hour or two longer every day. You know what I mean? So it's really not all about just trying to force the weight off.
Actually, but before we end this, I was gonna give you a really tough question, but I was like, at what point? Where is the line? Where's the line where you're super stressed and all that jazz? You have your workouts to do and no excuses. Where is that fine line?
I think it's individual for everybody. I think it's that whole point where it always comes down to you know your body best. You know your body best, and it's like you listen to that true voice in the back of your head that says like, listen, do I need to take a day off, or am I just being lazy? We all know. We all know. Like that inner compass is usually very accurate. So just listen to it. If you feel like you're being a bit lazy and maybe, but if you feel like you've overdone it, that's a good sign. If the energy's low, feeling a little bit sick.
From doing the precision nutrition course, one of the things, because activity is one thing there, it's like on a scale of 1 to 10, how hard do you want to work? How hard can you work? Not like first how hard can you work, but then how hard do you want to work? Like 1 is like going for a walk. Going for like a 5-minute walk, literally just walk around, go up and down the stairs a few times, and if that's too much for you, then go sit down. You probably need to sit down. Then like 2, go for a longer walk, or go for a light jog, stop. Or 10 is like an hour hitting the gym, heavy weights, doing everything, maybe like doing some heavy spars,
15 round fight.
Exactly. Like, but that's like on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you at? And it's like ask yourself, and then do that. If you're feeling a 6, it's like do what a 6 is.
Yeah. Listen, every day, it doesn't have to be hard every day. Listen to your body, do what you think is going to be good for you in the day, and remember, if it's your weight loss client, please prioritize nutrition.
Also, the harder you work out, the better your endorphins get at the end.
True. My favourite split is probably 60-40 hit to yoga, and then sleep.
It depends. Sometimes I like doing more yoga.
You're
yoga.
90-10 to me.
I love yoga, man. I love it so much.
Chris, when's
It's
last
so
workout?
hard.
Oh, but
I'm like 80-20. I like
Which one?
I love
Yoga
I love
to hit?
I love like I love hitting boxing.
Yeah, okay. I'd say I'm 64.
But I only hate I don't know. I'm not gonna say hate you. I just prefer to do other stuff because I'm better at it.
Yeah,
People like to stick to what they're good at.
Yeah.
I like to do box stuff because I feel like I'm like the same crack. I'm like I feel like I'm more productive at it. You know what I mean? But I know the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. The things you find difficult are probably the things you need to do more of. So that's kind of what me is.
I just like yoga because at the end
that's
of
kind
it,
of why I threw myself into the deep end and just went and done a fucking 2 months of yoga.
even if the yoga is super difficult, I kind of hold out for the shavasana at the end because I know that that's the most relaxed I will be that day.
Yeah.
So
I feel like we should do a whole podcast on yoga.
Yeah, we can do
And
another
just
one.
all the different, like I'll just have it all the spiritual side of things, you know, the actual what it's supposed to do.
We'll do that next week. Do you want to plan for that one next week then, Chris?
Yeah.
Boom, right guys. So next week's podcast is going to be on yoga.
And why I am so passionate about it.
Yeah, and
I really do like it.
led by Chris. And again, just on that, anybody listening, if you haven't tried our yoga sessions and you want to give it a go, send me a message on Facebook or Instagram, and I will give you a free pass. I genuinely want you to experience it.
Me too. FF Chris M.
Just feel it out. Come in, feel it out. Do it once. If you don't like it, that's cool. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
give it a go.
We want it to be win-win. If you genuinely don't like it, like you don't have to do it.
Well, like if you're in the mindset of like yoga's for like pussies or whatever, because I know a lot of people.
10 minutes with it.
I know a lot of people. I'd say most people.
Everybody was crying on Tuesday.
Most people that don't like it probably have that mindset where it's like, oh, it's for,
all
it's
I
for a
did
girl.
was at the end of it was went down dog for one breath to high plank for one breath 10 times. That was it. Just down dog to high plank and just separating the shoulder blades, getting everyone control of their shoulders.
After a while, that starts to burn.
Yeah, well, I was talking the whole way through it, like trying to be like, this is easy, this is fine, this is fine, excellent. And then like you're obviously shaking by the end of it, but it's like it's easy. It looks easy to get, and you just hold it. All you're doing is holding the high plank and you're stretching it into a down dog, and you get every time you change position, it's a break from the previous position. So it's like you're constantly in the present, and then it's like you're just building the mental toughness and all that sort of crack. But right after it, after all that tension, after you build it, and the effort, and you just go, Shavasana.
Oh, Shavasana.
And you literally feels like your skin melts into the floor.
Yeah, and it's like from so much tension to such relaxation. It's the contrast, like that's why the yin and the yang. It's like
all I'm saying is, if you think you're above it, just give it a go.
Yeah.
Just try it. Give us an hour. Let's see if we can change your mind. And again, on
If
the
we
house,
can't,
first
that's
one is free. Just send me a message on Facebook or Instagram. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up there for today. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate you taking 45 minutes out there to listen to us. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like, subscribe, comment below. Let us know what you're looking forward to the next one. Other than that, guys, we will see you during the week. Any questions, any help at all, feel free to reach out to us on Instagram or Facebook. I am fighting_fit. We've got FF Chris M and we got FF Niall.
I think it's FF_Niall Valentine.
FF_Niall Valentine.
And then one more thing, guys. If you have any ideas of podcasts that you would like to hear us talk about,
don't tell us because we hear them.
Don't tell us because we hate you and your opinions. No, comment below and we will take it on board for future podcasts.
Yeah, definitely, guys. Thanks a million. See you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.